Ian, was that the most exciting series you've ever seen?
Ah, incredible.
Oh my God.
Still
Yeah,
get goosebumps.
I know. Crazy. Yeah.
Of course, we're talking Dodgers, everybody, but
Yeah.
we'll do that a little later. Welcome to the show, everyone. We're so excited to have all of you. Really fantastic sold out event tonight. This is Zoom into Wine every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. We get together with some great people from all over to talk about fantastic wine. And we've got an awesome audience tonight that includes five winemaker personalities. So, without any further ado, we're going to get right into it. Just so everybody knows, we're going to start off with Daniela Diacosta, and she's actually got two wines in the show. And so we'll bring you on board here in a second, Daniela. And then we'll head into let's see, Daniel Sanchez and Gabby Melcham. They will be next. Then we'll have Eric Plata, winemaker, joining us. We will head into Edward Kruger, and then Diana Roca. So we've got a big night ahead of us. Lots of great wine to talk about. Super excited to have you all here. And let's begin. Our first guest, I'm going to spotlight for you, Daniela. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Good night, everyone.
Great to see you and thank you for being with us. We're going to start off with your father's wine. I will be honest, my very first trip to Baja was back in the 1990s, and I met your dad, and he has always been like a real inspiration for my thoughts on the wines of Baja and wines of Mexico. He's a true crusader. He's been a very successful, very strong personality in quality wine for Baja, sending a really beautiful message. So it's a real honor to have you on the Zoom representing your dad, and nice to meet you.
No, nice to meet you, all of you. Thank you for having us. For us, it's always a pleasure to share our wine and what we think and what we do. I hope that we can enjoy it together. Um, and yes, drink and have the wine speak for itself. We can talk about a little bit, but I think that always the wine has the most important message, no? Um, I'm going to apologize in advance because my English can get a little bit short sometimes. The reality is that the same thing happens to me in Spanish, so it's part of the experience. I always get a little bit all my thoughts come together and I get in trouble with words. But
No
yes,
problem, no problem. I'll
Piedra del Sol.
I'm going to take you through a couple of slides and kind of lead you through the experience.
Okay.
We get about 6 minutes per wine. So it's not a long journey, but I know there's a lot to say. So, Casa de Piedra, Hugo de Acosta is Daniela's father, and he is a very important, as I said, statesman for the wine industry in Mexico. And I'd say he's probably one of the most important names that people recognize. And it's been, what has he been making wine for 30 years? Maybe longer,
Mhm.
maybe longer. Casa de Piedra is in glass number one, everyone. I want to let everybody know that when we started promoting this event, we were selling 2023. And as we went to do the jars, we moved into 2024. So we now have 2024 in-house and in good supply. And that's what you're tasting if you have the jars. Those that got bottle kits because we did send out some a while back. You might have 23, you might have 24. I'm telling you right now, I buy this wine every single year, and it's a beautiful wine to know about. Casa de Piedra. I already see a chat, and I'm going to encourage everybody to use the chat because there's 5 winemakers on this Zoom. You could ask a lot of questions, and any of the winemakers could jump in there and say something, help us along, um, make fun of people, tell jokes, whatever you want. You can do that on the chat. If you want to speak up onto the video, just pick your moments carefully and we will try to stay on our time frame. As you look at the map, you see where Tijuana is, Ensenada, and the Valle de Guadalupe. And the first wine that we're tasting today is from Valle de Guadalupe. Am I correct, Daniela?
Yes. Mhm.
In Casa de Piedra, there's the founder's name, Hugo de Costa, Daniela's father. Definitely a pioneer. When they write books about the history or the past and on the wines of Baja, his name will be prominent. Um, do you guys live at Casa de Piedra, Daniela, or did you?
Yes, we used to live from the moment that the project started in 1997. Now my parents don't live there anymore, but I do, and I really enjoy that.
All right, all right. You get the fruits of the labor.
Exactly.
So 1997. So we're almost 40 years, right? Am I doing the math right?
No,
30 years. 30
30
years.
years.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're about and you're about 4 acres of vines there on the property, so you're sourcing some fruit, right?
No, we own the fruit, but we don't have it in the property. We
I
have a lot of vineyards around Valle de Guadalupe, but the property where the winery is, it's a small one.
How's that? Is that a correct lookout at the vineyards?
Yes.
All right. So you're sitting somewhere near here now.
Yes.
And this is 100% Grenache Blanc. And I think you guys maybe were the first to do Grenache Blanc down there. Is that possible?
Well, but definitely are the first ones. I don't know if we're the first, o sea, specifically the first. Historically, we used to have this one with 100% Chardonnay, but that changed 3 years ago because we decided that Grenache Blanc can give us a better experience with all the terroir and all what is happening climate-wise, because it's getting a little bit complicated down here with water and with the hotness and everything. So yes, now we have a 100% Grenache. I think it's a grape that it's becoming more strong and strong every year because it's a fruit that gives a lot of expression, a nice expression of the valley, no?
It's beautiful. It's got a wonderful mouthfeel, some palate weight,
Yes.
great concentration.
Good. I think I like the acidity that we have. No, it's fresh, but it doesn't get into the texture that it's really elegant. I think that you have a yes, really long, elegant taste in mouth. No.
Beautiful. And is this 100% stainless steel?
Yes, 100%. The idea with this one is to uh, give all the protagonism to the fruit. No.
And malolactic is probably inhibited, right?
Mhm.
No malolactic, keeping it nice and sharp and kind of a nice almost crunchiness to it.
Yes, I like the crispy part of it. No, it's like it's smooth at the beginning, but at the end you have the sensation that the wine stays there with a little bit of the acidity, the minerality that you're going to find a lot in the wines that you're going to try. I think today is the with Mexican wines in this specific area. but a good balance with all the textures that you find in the flavors, no?
Yeah. Yeah, last week we did a Zoom. We also did some Grenache Blanc, but from Provence, or actually, I believe it was from the Rhone Valley. That was our Zoom last week, and we were talking about Grenache Blanc, also from Santa Barbara,
Mhm.
being quite good. And this is right in that set. And it's not a Grape Friday we spend enough time talking about, but it is a favorite amongst wine makers and wine fans because it is so generous, so enjoyable. It's
It's
got
super generous. Yes, I'm sorry to
no,
interrupt, but that was what I was thinking. I think that Grenache is it's a fruit that is going to give you a lot, and it's going to change a lot in the place that it's born. No, and I really love that about a grape because it's really about the context that it's developing that can give you different types of wine, and I think that we as producers we love that. No.
outstanding. As you should. A great ambassador Grape Variety, and really perfect for the terroir, the dry conditions, and and this is something we're going to see a lot of tonight. I hope the price, you look at it and say, wow, that's a really nice wine. They grow it on their estate, and you have other properties as well. So it's a very trustworthy name. It's made by the master. Uh, uh, Hugo is the name that people want to kind of lean on a little bit from Baja. He has that mystique about him, and he really was an inventor, and I give him a lot of credit for a lot of firsts and a lot of uh, you know pioneering, basically. So, with great respect, we started tonight off with one of the top houses, top producers, top families. Thank you,
No.
Danielle. And it just happens to work out perfect that you are also the winemaker of number two.
Yes, and we're going to find a completely different personality. I think that's what we love about working with the grape, with the soil, with everything, is that you can change a lot and you can do completely different things all the time, no? ¿Cómo puedes servir? So I think that what it's interesting to say is that the first wine that we try is with Casa de Piedra. It's the first winery that we had, and it's the first winery that my dad made, and it's more about more elegant wines, more clean wines, more about this is the yes elegantness, I think, about the terroir. And then we have Aborigen that it's more rough. I think that it doesn't get scared easily and wants to talk about the grapes in a different, completely way. And you're going to taste it, no? It's what I said at the beginning. I think that the wine is always giving the right words. And well, let me know what you think in the chat, and I think that you're going to find a different type of wine, more rough. It's a Grenache. Well, has a little bit of other things, but the base is completely Grenache, and it's more strong.
Daniela, let me ask you, like Aborigine, like original, like founder, like that type of a name, is that the origin of the name?
Yes, Aborigine. It's this person that comes from a specific earth, no, a
Right.
specific. No, it's not the
Place. Yeah, very specific terroir, very specific place.
exactly.
Okay.
Um,
And what does a crata mean to you?
what does what? Sorry.
Does a crata have like a meaning?
Acrata.
A crata.
Yes, acrata, it's a word in Spanish that it actually doesn't there's not a lot of people that knows it, but it means without government or without rules. The idea with that is the to play a little bit with the conception that here in Mexico, because we are really new, you have to forget about what you think you know, because everything that you have learned, you learn it from people that produces wine in other areas that have been producing wine for a long time. And if you copy that and you try to repeat those kinds of projects, probably you're going to fail because you're trying to produce what other people are doing, no? So you have to forget about that, and you have to pay attention about the context that you have, specifically in the area, in the winery, in the vineyard, in the vine, no, that you have in front of you. So it's kind of a philosophical uh, idea that we have, or something that has taught us in time, no?
I like it, and I like the label. It's simplistic yet kind of has a statement that's cool. And do you have a brother that's working with you as well?
Yes, my brother is now the winemaker of Aborigen. My dad started it in 2000, but now my brother it's taking over the winery completely. And the idea is to have these completely different projects that in Aborigen you can say about it's kind of a laboratory, no? You're always trying, and you're always trying to learn producing. You can learn reading, you can learn listening, you can hear, learn in completely different ways. The idea with this project is to learn producing and producing and producing different type of wines all the time, no? So Lucas is now, the name Lucas is my brother, it's now taking over this part of learning, and I think it's really interesting.
And is it a separate facility as well? A different winemaking house? Is this a picture of a different place, or is this the same place?
That's the place. Well, the two wineries are in the same um
Area.
territory. The
Mhm.
vineyards are not. We have different vineyards and different no, the vines are in different, are separated. And the image that you're seeing right now, it's our where our wine tasting room is.
Does this have just a little bit of Petit Syrah in the blend as well?
Yes, the idea with this wine is to give the personality, o sea, the complete personality to the Grenache, but to not intervene a lot. So you only intervene with other grapes, and you try to correct the wine if you need more acidity, or you need more intensity, or if you need more aromas with different type of grapes, no? And in this case, you have a little bit of Petit Syrah.
So here's what each are contributing. Petit Syrah, also known as de Rif. Petit Syrah is a favorite grape of mine. I make Zinfandel up in Sonoma. I use a little bit of Petit Syrah and blending. I think it's a really fun grape variety that tends to really kind of intermingle very nicely with Zinfandel, and here with Grenache, kind of filling in some of the peaks and valleys, complements the color, of course, and you get a pretty nice dynamic mouthfeel here. I want to tell you that I use this wine often when I'm doing shows and presenting wines of the world. This is often an ambassador wine, A, for its quality, B, for its price, C, for its story. And I've sold a lot of this wine and continue to, and hopefully will into the future. I give it a nice score, 94 points. And there's a picture of your father.
Yes, he's a really handsome father.
And a nice look at the valley. And we're at about 25 bucks for this beauty. And I think it's really a great wine, a great find, and a great storyteller for Valle de Guadalupe. So thank you for telling us the story and for letting us get in there. I see there's some chats, some questions and stuff. I do see, yes. So we get to the prices eventually. And remember, as part of the Zoom tonight, everybody gets a little discount off of your purchase. So it makes it even a sweeter deal.
Yes.
Um, and I think I covered everything here. Anything else you would like to say, Daniela?
Not really. I think that what I love about this wine is that you can feel the presence of the Grenache with the fruitness really not there. And then you have a tannic, really structured part in the back that gives you all the yes the structure of the Petit Syrah, and I think it's a really good combination of that give us a really good taste of what our wines taste. O sea, it's what the wines that we like to produce, no?
And it's very authentic. It's very, I think it's bold and daring and delicious. Yeah, I like the word rustic. Stacy, thanks. Stacy Hunt, good to see you. Lisa Test, Ray Marie, always great to have you guys on board. Peter, hello, welcome. Hope you enjoyed that. I see you said it's delicious. I agree. Teresa, also, thank you guys for your chats. Awesome. Well, wonderful to meet you, Daniela. I look forward to being down in Valle de Guadalupe and making my presence known. I'll come and say hi. And
Please do.
wonderful for making time for us tonight. Thank you.
No, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed these ones and the wines that you're going to taste after.
Outstanding. Hi, Peter's just coming on to join us. I'm going to say goodbye to Daniela. And if you want to stick on board and answer some of the comments, that'd be great. But really two of our more successful SKUs here in the store from Valle de Guadalupe, very good ambassador wines. And obviously the price quality is very high. I'm also very happy that we've been in the 21 vintage for a while with the Krata, and it just keeps getting better. And I really think this is a fun wine to watch mature. It's got some aggressive character. It's quite delicious and a statement wine at a really reasonable price. Don't worry about it saying only one wine and bottle in stock. If we run out of stock, we will have more, but I think there's probably 12 more bottles in stock already. I am a little behind in my updating of the website, so hopefully that's there. All right, everybody, let's say hello to our second guest. And we are going to welcome now Danielle and Gabby Melcham. Let me find you and highlight you. There's Gabby right there. I'm going to spotlight there.
Hola, ¿cómo están todos? How are you doing
Oh,
today?
outstanding, Gabby. Thank you very much. Am I going to also find Danielle out there as well?
Well, actually, we're kind of in the middle of a dinner. I'm a chef too, so I'm working on a special group tonight that I'm serving the five-course dinner.
Wow.
So kind of make room for you guys
Okay.
to participate in this Zoom with you guys.
All right.
So Daniel is kind of busy, so we decided that I'm going to be taking over the Zoom and he's going to be taking care of the group. But I'm so happy to be here with you, with all of
That's
you.
awesome that you're multitasking and sharing responsibilities like that. That's
Oh
great.
my gosh. Yeah, I'm kind of multitask lady, but you know how ladies we are, all the girls in this world, we are always like, I don't know how we do it, but we have the chance to be like multitask for a
Yes.
lot of things.
And forget about the men doing that, guys. We can't. They can, we
You
can't.
can, I mean, let's say you can survive with us, women in the world.
That is damn sure.
Okay. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Gabriela Melchum. I'm now winemaker, well, not a winemaker, wine producer, also a sommelier and a chef. And in my free times, I'm also a grandmother, a wife, and a friend. So I have a lot of activities to run all over our place right over here. And but you just let me know what you need to know about wine, and I will be more than happy to help you
Sure.
with.
Tell me about Hacienda Guadalupe. When did you start?
Well, Hacienda Guadalupe is a project that we started in 2007. We used to live in the States for about 20 years, around, yeah, 20 years. And then we decided that we wanted to do something different with our lives. And then we made this we took this great step to go back to Ensenada. I'm from Ensenada, and we decided to go back and start another business right over here. And by those time, we start realizing that Valle de Guadalupe was growing in the wine production, which we didn't know before, because basically the only big wineries that they were here in Valle de Guadalupe are the ones like L.A. Cheto, Santo Tomas, and Domecq, but they're being a part of they have a very important part in the history of Valle de Guadalupe. And then later on came Hugo de Costa, who was one of the most important enologists in Mexico, trying to push the growers in Valle de Guadalupe to create or to work with their grapes instead of selling them to the big companies, to start making their own wine. So that's how we started in the 2007. We heard about in interview in, I think it was in the 11 channel, the Fox channel, that we learned, even though we're from Ensenada, but we didn't know a lot about the wine history right here in Valle de Guadalupe. We used to come to Valle de Guadalupe to buy oranges from the Russian people and some wine that they used to make, very artisan wine. Also a lot of citrus like oranges. They used to have orange groves and lemons and cabbage and some other agricultural vegetable that they will grow here in the valley. So once we start coming to the Valle de Guadalupe, we decided that we wanted to do something different, and then we realized that the way the valley looked at those times, it was so marvelous, so beautiful. A lot of people who come to visit the Valle, they will say that it looks like Napa Valley like 50 years ago. And we fell in love with Valle de Guadalupe, even though for us being from Ensenada, we didn't have a chance to have a view of the valley from another point of view. So in 2007, we started the project as the hotel, a 12-room hotel, boutique hotel. And then later on, I opened a small kitchen where I started to run it. Then later on, we started with a big restaurant that it accommodates around 150 chairs. And then in the 2017, we started the winery project. We used to make wine in the 2008 with a friend of us right here in Valle de Guadalupe, but we weren't so happy about it because sometimes the wine was not consistent. And so sometimes we'll taste one way and the next vintage will be a different taste. So we were not happy about it. So we decided to take this big jump and invest in our property to build the winery from scratch. Also, as the hotel and the restaurant was built from scratch. And so we said, like, you know what, we're gonna do our own wine. And for this part of the winery, we started to have talks with our enologist, who is Danny Lomberg. He's a Chilean guide, also very good friends with Hugo de Costa. So we started to work with him, and at this time we're still working with him. And we produced 7 labels with him also. My husband went to the Escuelita, who was founded by Hugo de Acosta. So
Yeah,
my
will you touch on what that is? Because it's appropriate to talk about it right here.
Yes, it is. It is a very important part of the history right here in Valle de Guadalupe in the winemaking process, because he built the school in order, he wanted it, as I was telling you before, he wanted to teach the people how to make wine, but in a very artisan way, because they didn't have the modernity of a lot of machines, or like the press, the tank, the stainless steel tanks. They did it the ancient way per se, very artisan. So my husband enrolled in that school, but for you to enroll in that school, have to write a letter to the Hugo de Costa team to let them know why do you want to make wine. Not everybody will be, it will be that easy for you to enroll in that school just because you just want to be there. No, you need to write an essay in order for him to understand your passion, your love, in order to make wine.
So the idea was to elevate all boats in the harbor by
Yes.
basically giving people better knowledge and improving the wine quality so that everybody in Baja and Valle de Guadalupe could make better wine and the wine quality would rise. And so the escuela is a really important part of the future. And that's a great thing. And you guys are graduates and participants and supporters, and all things are moving forward because of actions like that. This wine that we're tasting right now is 100% Tempranillo,
Mhm.
so yet another grape, and Tempranillo is pretty prevalent in the Valle de Guadalupe, whether it's in a blended wine or here as a monovarietal.
Mhm.
And I think it's a really fantastic place for Tempranillo to shine. What do you like to accomplish with this wine? What do you smell and taste in your Tempranillo?
Well, first of all, our Tempranillo, as you said it before, is 100% Tempranillo. Not a lot of wineries in Valle de Guadalupe will make 100% monovarietal because you know how difficult it is once it's made. There's nothing you can do to change it. This it's easier to make a blend because it's like when you're cooking, you can add a little bit more pepper, salt in order to get the flavors that you want. In a blend, it's kind of similar. But to make it 100% Tempranillo or 100% monovarietal, it has to be the right way. Once it's done, it's done. You cannot change it. What can I tell you about our Tempranillo Melchum? Melchum is made, it's my last name, my family last name, which is a Mayan descendant last name. And also, Hacienda Guadalupe is related to the part of the history of Mexico. And this Tempranillo, it was made because we wanted to take the challenge to make this 100%. What are the features of this Tempranillo? Are that when you have a glass of this wine with you, you can find the color that we have right over here, also that it has a more intensity in the flavors, but also the aromas that we have here. It reminds you of the dry, dehydrated roses, kind of prunes, dry hibiscus flowers, touch of a little bit of bell pepper and eucalyptus. It's very a full body wine, but also it goes well along with a lot of foods. That makes this Tempranillo very gastronomic wine. So you can easily pair it with a lot of Mexican food, also Spanish food, which is very easy. Like right now at this dinner that we are serving at this moment, we pair this Tempranillo with tamal de pato, with some mole also,
You say
and
mole, yeah, mole would be
mole, yeah,
amazing.
with mole, but not all, not a. This is a specific kind of mole that is called manchamanteles, which is not a very dark mole. Doesn't have a lot of chocolate in it. It has more spices and it's more like a reddish color because it's a lighter texture. Also, we are pairing it also with a sope, which is made with a blue corn, and it have a green mole and a little bit of greens on top of it, and a some Parmesan cheese, and it went along with it. So we have some Mexican food. Also, we have a little bit of a French food incorporated into a Mexican dish, which is the tamal, and then we add this pato, the magret de pato, which is incorporated in the tamal. So we're using a little bit of the influence of some other cuisines around the world. As a
Perfect.
tannins, they have a very
Give me
pronounced.
1 second, Gabby. We got
Yeah.
a question from Peter.
Uh-huh.
Peter, go right ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Ian. That's a delicious wine. I love Tempranillo. But I got a question for you. We're doing it 2020, and you know
Uh-huh.
that's 5 years old, and that reminds me of kind of the classification of Spanish wines. Is that your goal to do kind of like a Grand Reserva with the aging?
Yeah, actually, well, as we don't want to compare it with the Tempranillo that are grown in Spain because we have a different climate, but we're doing the best we can with the fruit that we get here in our valley. Actually, this Tempranillo is 90% from our vineyard, and we produce just only a small amount of it. We produce around 180 cases, 12 bottles per case. That means 180 cases a year at the most. That way we call it like a kind of a state wine because mostly is from our harvest. We bottle, we label it, everything in a winery right here in Hacienda Guadalupe. But also, as you were mentioning, we're trying to get the best out of this Tempranillo. I will not compare it with the Tempranillo from Spain because it's a different region. But if you said that it tastes kind of like Spain Tempranillo, well, I'm so happy to hear that.
I think so. I think it does, and especially from a little bit just north of Madrid in Ribera, there's quite a few comparable notes here, and this has got some really nice punctuated character from Baja.
Yes,
And
exactly.
I think the sunshine helps give it some really wonderful plushness. The tannins are a little more ripe, and
Exactly.
it has uh there's a wonderful perfume here. Just a kiss of balsamic. It
Mhm.
plays really nicely into the culinary savory elements of the wine as well. And I think it's delicious. I tasted this wine and really wanted to bring it in to the store because I think it's a great representative of the grape variety. Also, your property. I've heard some fantastic compliments about
Thank you.
people who have visited your property. So recommended for visitation. You can use the hotel there to get out and see all the producers in the Valle de Guadalupe, and you have a really nice package. I think you have breakfast there too, right,
Yes,
Gabby?
we do. Yes, we do. We have breakfast. We have our hotel. Anytime you guys want to come and stay with us, also you can wake up early or late in the morning the next day and then have a very costly breakfast. And later on, you can come and visit our winery, which is only 50 meters away from the hotel or the restaurant. So everything is in the whole property is everything is in a walking distance, very, very, very close. And also from our property, you can see a lot of the wineries that we have right here in Valle de Guadalupe. And I'm so happy to hear all the nice comments about our Tempranillos because basically the best judge for wines is every particular palate in the world. It's not what I'm saying, it's what you're tasting. And it's very valuable for us because I mean, we sent our Tempranillo, it won several medals, gold and double gold medals in Europe and right here in Mexico. But I will never say that at the beginning of this story because there are judges from some other different places in the world, and everybody has a different chemistry in their bodies. And even though you're worried, your taste is going to be different from the people who is tasting a wine that are very happy. So for us, it's very important to hear about our consumers and the way they talk about wine. We are so happy to hear about that. And when they do a certain comment, we always take it not in a bad way. If it's a good comment, we're so happy. If it's a bad comment, we're so happy too, because we need to understand that we don't have the same taste buds for all the wines in the world. So you can spend more than thousands and thousands of dollars for a bottle of wine, and you might say it's a really good wine, but from some other, it will not be a very good wine. So everything changed It depends in the region and mostly of the chemistry of your body, most of it. You are
Well,
surrounded
I'm
by.
so thrilled to have you here, and I can't wait to see you in Baja. Thank you for your time.
Anytime.
It's delicious, and it's a very authentic and wonderful story. 180 cases. That is a teeny production, and
Very.
you could take this out. I would love to have this with a great steak off of the barbecue.
Yeah, of course.
Lean into the French direction, steak au pois with some black pepper sauce. That would be delicious. I can't wait to come down and see you though and eat your food. And we thank you
Yeah.
for being with us tonight.
It was my pleasure. I hope to see you guys soon. Anytime you want to come, just give us a call. That's what we're waiting for you to come and visit us, and you will have a good time. So I'm so happy to share all of this information about our wines and our project, Hacienda Guadalupe Vinícola, with all of you guys. Thank you very much for your time.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Next week, no, 2 weeks, because next week we're doing Stars of Cabernet in LA, and it's taken over my life, by the way. We
Gabby
have
still there?
we have 200 producers during the day. I'm sorry, 200 visitors during the day and 150 at night. We have 40 wineries showing up, pouring 120 wines. Next Wednesday, Stars of Cabernet in Beverly Hills. And then,
Ian?
yeah, I'll be right with you.
Okay.
Next, 2 weeks from now, we've got the Burgundy Zoom, and that is our next target on November 26th. So just know that we continue to produce very wonderful content and send out some great wines. We've got all of our Zooms up on the calendar through the end of the year, and next week we'll be presenting 2026. And before we go to our next wine, let me answer that question.
Sorry to interrupt you, Ian. I'm visiting from Sydney, Australia, and I have a question for Gabby,
Okay,
if she's still with us.
I'm not sure. Maybe Gabby, can you come back for a sec?
Yes, I can come back for a second.
Hola, Gabby. ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, gracias.
Does your winery, do you take guests for tastings?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Do we need appointments?
Well, actually, that will be great if you made an appointment so I can be here for you.
Gracias, mi amiga.
De nada, un gusto.
And maybe you stay at her hotel. That's a great thing to do too.
Yeah,
Have
yes.
her meal. She'll cook for you as well.
Oh, yeah, we do work the chef table. Probably you didn't know that, but I do work that too.
Yeah, there you go. All right, my friends, we move. Oh no, Plata had to leave. Did we lose our winemaker, Eric? Maybe we did. Eric, are you okay? Are you still there? Gil, are you online with us?
Yes. Go ahead. Yes, we are.
Hi, Gil. How you doing, buddy? I think
Can you hear me?
I think we lost Eric.
Yeah, it looks like he had to go, so he kind of stepped away. I was
Okay.
hoping he would come back, but he's
No problem. Maybe you can help me with this one. And
sure.
maybe he'll show up just in time. But if you do see him back on the screen, let us know. We'll say hi to him. I did see his face earlier. We want to celebrate the next wine, Vinos Plata, Plata 925, Valle de Guadalupe. 23 is the vintage. We're in Valle de Guadalupe. And Eric Plata is the winemaker. He is also a graduate of La Escuelita, the school we talked about with Casa de Piedra and Paralelo before taking over Vinos Plata. Known for producing high quality wines, 5 hectares of grapes. Look at his property and also the product line. The one that we're tasting is on the far left. It's 50% Tempranillo, 40 Grenache, 10 Syrah. And Gil is on the line with us and can talk a little bit about it. Gil, tell us a little backstory.
So the winemaker Eric Plata, his last name translates to silver. So all of his wines are based on his last name. If we look at the one that we're trying, it's the Plata 925, which is the minerality is sterling silver. So the sterling silver is his mid-range wine. So what he does with this wine, he does use second and third use barrels. So he it's a French oak, but he wants the fruit to be the more fruit forward. So the oak that he does use is second and third use. So you do get some little hints of a little bit of leather, a little bit of tobacco, but it's definitely a little bit more fruit forward.
So we just had a Tempranillo, and then before that we had a Grenache based wine. So now we've got a nice blend of Tempranillo and Grenache, and you can see how they come together and make something very pretty. This is again 50, 40, 10, a little bit of Syrah in the mix as well. And this is I think this is exactly what I would be looking for personally for a wine from the region, something that's a unique blend. Although, you know, in certainly in Spain, they make some Grenache Tempranillo blends, Garnacha Tempranillo blends. But this is just screams Baja to me and has a wonderful position, balance, elegance. There's something very, very wonderful about what happens when you can blend these varieties together and create something that's got some balance to it. Is this the tasting room for Vinos Plata, Gil?
Yes, that's correct. It's hard to see from the picture, but if we look on the far left, it's two containers that the wall was taken apart from the center and they were put together. So when you do visit Vinos Plata, this is where you drive up and you park your car, and a lot of times you're there and you're like, is this the right place? But that little branch on the left, that's where the door opens up, and once you open up the door in there, you know the floors are all like the metal part of the container, and the he has his oak barrels in there. He has a big long table that's shaped as a silver. It's a really cool place, especially during the summer months when it's very hot outside. He's
Mhm.
one of the only tasting rooms that's it's 75 degrees in there. It's very, very cool.
I got a couple of chats. Um, I like this one is a wow. I like that comment. Uh, yeah, beautiful wines here. The Plata, Vinos Plata, Plata 925. Maybe we'll get a visit from Eric a little later if he can make it back on the Zoom. But this is in stock and we have a good amount of it. And I think a beautiful wine, 36.95. It has, I think, the elegance and the finesse to really capture the moment at the table. Incredible with cuisine, and there's just no limit to what you could pair this with. I could imagine it going in 1,000 directions. And quite honestly, as much as I think this is a great ambassador for Valle de Guadalupe, I think people might smell it, taste it, and I bet you in a room full of sommelier, we would come up with 1,000 answers as to where this wine comes from. Mm. I love the spice and and the 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 character here. This is just a really well done example. And when I say the 1,000 answers to where it comes from, that's a compliment because I think, if you pay attention to the Grenache, you might think it's from France. You pay attention to the Tempranillo, you might think it's from Spain. You might think it's from Chile. You might think it's from so many wonderful references. And that's a well done wine when it does that. Any comments, questions? Gil, thank you for backing me up there.
It's delicious.
It is, Peter, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I really love it, and I just text you if towards the end, if I get a minute, I got some thoughts about Valley of Guadalupe.
All right, go. Oh, you want to wait toward the end, or you want to insert?
No, let's wait.
Okay, you got it. I'm going to go back into the slideshow. Also, the last bottle, the package is really cool. By the way, in person, it's a statement. It's a really nice gift too. Kind of that bar of silver. I think it's a solid. It's a solid offering, and pretty rare, right, Gil? Not a lot of that made. It's not a huge production at all.
No, it's probably about less than 100 cases annually. So it's definitely a boutique winery.
Are they coming to get you, Gil?
No, we pulled into a gas station. Sorry, we're driving back from San Diego.
I know Gil covers like all of Southern California for his wineries, and he takes incredible care of us. You wouldn't know that he's in a different time zone almost every day. But thank you, Gil.
Our pleasure. Thank you guys. Pleasure being here.
All right, so we're gonna taste with Vinos Kruger now, and Edward. I think I saw you on there. Am I doing okay?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you listen to me perfect?
Yeah, let me find you on the screen because I got to open it up to do that. There you are. I got you. I'm spotlighting you now. Bam. Everybody see Edward? Does that work? Hi, Edward.
Hi, how are you?
And it's Eduardo or Edward. What do you prefer?
Well, in English it's Edward, in Spanish it's Eduardo. So,
Okay.
well, how you feel comfortable?
All right. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, my name is Eduardo Kruger. My last name is Kruger. It's my granddad comes from Germany, so that's why we took the name Kruger. Because we wanted to be a boutique winery with a strong and short name. I've been here in Valley of Guadalupe 15 years. I've studied enologist in Spain.
All right.
And over there I worked in Tarragona. Over there I worked in Torres, and then I went to Chile to work over there. So I arrived in Mexico, I think like 15, 16 years ago, and I started my own project.
I'm so excited to get to talk to you. I decant these into the little jars. That's what they look like.
Perfect.
And we smell, we taste, we put them in the jar. The jar is a perfect decanter, and we just
Yeah,
we open them right now, and I'm telling you, your wine is glorious right now. It is showing off.
perfect. I have here the bottle that we're going to taste. It's a cab. Let me tell you the short briefing or short story of this label. When we're starting pandemic, most of the restaurants were closed. So I needed a wine to sell by the glass or to sell by volume with friends, or just to e-commerce to send it by web or something. But we needed to send volume. So we decided, because we can't stop the vineyard. We have lots of cab. So we decided to do 100% cab from the three different valleys that we have here in Ensenada. That it's named Valle of Guadalupe, Ojos Negros, and San Vicente. So it's a blend of different terroirs. It's the same cab. We fermented all separately, stainless steel, same yeast. And after fermentation, we blend all the wines that we have so we can do one only malolactic wine. After that, it rests in between 4 and 6 months in stainless, and after that we bottle it. So it's 100% cab, no oak, but it has time to get its richness, boldness. We use micro oxygenation, so we can increase more the nose feel that we can have. So it's a very fresh wine, although it has tannins, but it's an everyday drink of wine.
When you say micro oxygenation, are you taking an oxygen tank with a tube and putting it in the tank and letting it bubble up? Is that how you do it?
It kind of, we use a resin connected to an oxygen tank. So it will be like 1/4 of gallon of pure oxygen per week that we injected in the wine.
Well, it really is got a wonderful, the Cabernet personality is very forward, and there's some really wonderful things developing there. I get some, it's pure Cab, 100%. No Cab Franc or Merlot or anything.
100% cap. No, it's 100% cap from the 3 different valleys that we have. We know that Valley of Guadalupe is the eldest one, the most known valley, but let me to be in context. Valley of Guadalupe has no water, soil, it's very sandy. Then we go to San Vicente. Over there's 100% clay. It's red clay, so it has a lot of iron, and they have fair amount of water. And the next valley, it's Ojos Negros. Their soil, it's also clay. They have a little bit of sand, but they have huge amounts of water, and it's almost bottled water. It's purified the water that they have. So we have 3 different cabs. Valle of Guadalupe cab, it's very bold, very complex, very tannic because the plant is very stressed.
Yeah.
Then we have San Vicente with a lot of clay iron. Over there we have the anthocyans, that is a color, and it also gives us a little bit of tannins. And the volume, these flowers that we have, red fruits, all this fresh part of the cab that we can feel, we take it from Ojos Negros. So it's a blend of cabs.
Well, it's drinking
I
great.
think it's a perfect wine for an everyday drinking wine, or by the glass in any restaurant. If you don't know what are you going to eat, meanwhile you're seeing the menu, you can easily finish this bottle.
$26.95, and a really good value, something delicious. The wine is really showing off. It's in a great place. It's got great Cabernet character. It's got wonderful balance. The tannins are really cool. They're not so powerful that they dry out. They're really just in the perfect volume. You get some wonderful notes in the nose, maybe a little eucalyptus, some
Yep.
espresso, some
Pepper.
some pepper, some chocolate. You get all kinds of fun stuff going on. Peter, did you have some comments here?
Yeah, it's hard to keep quiet with a wine like this. Eduardo, congratulations. And I think what's really cool about this wine is that when you get into the Bordeaux's, the price points is unreasonable, and you get some of the stuff from up in Napa. It's like they're big, they're whatever. I think this is just a beautiful Cabernet Sauvignon. It is very approachable, and thank you for making this. I love it.
Mm. Peter's a winemaker in
Thank you very much.
so that's a high compliment. So thank you, Peter. Yeah,
Thank you, Peter. What I wanted mainly on this wine, although that it started on pandemic, I really enjoy to drink wine, and sometimes, as you say, Napa wine could be very powerful. You can drink half a bottle just chatting because they have a lot of oak. You need time to let the wine breed, or you need pairing with food. What we wanted, it's a wine just to enjoy.
13.1 alcohol. I think the wine will age pretty nicely too. It's got a nice runway ahead of it. And just by the fact that we opened it on Monday and the way that it really did nicely in the decanter, I think that's also a sign that it's really going to be fun for several years to come. So snack some up. There is more. We can get more. So
Ian,
yes, go for it.
mate, this is the other Peter from Australia.
I was getting confused there. We got one Peter from Peter, you're German?
Denmark, close enough.
Denmark.
And I'm from Australia. We speak 3 languages. We speak Australian, English, and Spanish. Eduardo, congratulations.
Yeah.
We have garlic lemon chicken in the oven. We will enjoy your Cabernet Sauvignon with that tonight. It's delicious, mate. Well done.
Wow, how cool.
Thank you very much. Enjoy it.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate the comments. I need a third Peter on the Zoom though. If there's a third one out there, please come forward.
I'll change my name.
Ray Marie Peters.
I have a lot of Danish friends.
Ray Marie, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. We've had some Southern California weather up here in San Francisco, but it's changing now to your typical San Francisco weather.
I will say, as a wine person, a week ago we couldn't ship because it was too hot, and now we can't ship because it's too cold. So it makes it a little bit challenging as an online retailer, but we will hold the wine for when it's ready. I mean, California, we're fine.
Yeah.
Shipping wines back east where it takes 4 or 5 days, we gotta move pretty quick.
Yeah.
But we had this amazing sunset tonight. I don't know if you guys had that in San Francisco, but LA was pretty spectacular today. And we are getting set up for 4 huge days of rain ahead of us. In fact, we got some bad news today. The LA Magazine had to cancel the food event on Sunday because it's not going to just rain a little bit. Apparently Sunday is going to be a deluge. So be careful and find some fun things to do. Might be a good weekend to catch up on your movies and read a book because it's going to rain a lot. But I am going to Ojai on Saturday, rain or shine. So say a little prayer for my little car because we're going to be going there. All right. Peter, did I get your question okay? Edward, thank you so much. We really appreciated meeting you tonight, and we will see you in Baja.
Yeah, thank you.
For sure. Whenever you come, we'll do a full taste. We have around 10 different labels from 100% Nebbiolo, Cabs, Merlots, white, rosé, sparkling. So, well, you're welcome to the winery. It's also a container winery, as you saw on the pictures that you passed through. And hope to see you soon here.
Do you have any other favorite restaurants, Eduardo?
Oh, restaurants. Tough question. What want to eat? Because we have seafood, big steaks. In my opinion, I love Deckman's for steaks. I like Concho de Piedra for all the seafood, and one that it's my top restaurant. It's Animalon.
Abalone. So he said.
Animalon, like a big animal.
Ah,
Yeah.
very good. Well, always like to ask. I know the food scene down there is it's kind of like Napa Valley. A lot of people visit Napa Valley not for the wineries, but for the food, and it's starting to happen in Baja too. There's a lot of restaurants and a lot of reasons to go there. And so, if you've never been, I can speak personally that it is a truly awesome experience. It's, maybe it might take you 2 to 3 hours to get down to the border, and then you cross the border. You pick your times wisely. There are good times and bad times to come across the border, but once you get right through Tijuana and you're on your way into wine country, and you can stay in Baja or stay in Ensenada, and it's so easy, and it's a really nice visit, and it's a wonderful place for people in Southern California because you could just do it in your car.
Hey, yeah, can I jump in on that?
Yeah, hit me.
So we got introduced through some wonderful people we know here. Jeff Newton, fantastic wine vineyard farmer guy, and Klaus Storp from Flatbread, and they've been down there, enjoying it and cooking and enjoying wines. So we went down there in February, our first time, Rebecca and I, and in August we were down there again. And we are, just like you said, first of all, we are shocked about the quality of the wine. Secondly, we are shocked about how rough it is down there. It's probably like what Napa Valley was 50 years ago, because it is like a new frontier country, and it's awesome to be down there. And then the third thing is, like you talked about, the food down there. They are Michelin star restaurants, and they'll blow your socks off, and they're very reasonable. So for those of you that haven't been down to Valley Guadalupe, make it a destination. We're probably going to go another time.
Outstanding. Good words.
And I have a dumb question because I used to drive down there all the time from LA, Ian, but are there flights that go into Ensenada and then you take some kind of charter service over to Valle de Guadalupe?
Stacy, are you still with us tonight? I don't know if Stacy's still with us, but
I'm still here. I'm still
Yeah.
here.
is there,
Actually, where are you coming from,
San
Raymond?
Francisco.
Yes, you can fly into Tijuana,
Oh,
and
okay.
then there is a charter service that can take you from there to Valle de Guadalupe. There are several of them. So
Okay.
that is one thing you can do, or you can fly into San Diego and, sort of walk across the border and pick up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways to do it.
Yeah. Used to drive all the time, but I haven't gone
Yeah.
since I've been up here.
Yeah, and the airport, the Tijuana airport is really quite modern, contemporary, and really easy to go in and out of. In fact, a lot of people that live in San Diego will go out of the Tijuana airport just to fly anywhere rather than San Diego airport.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Well,
so
thank you for that. I
yeah,
appreciate it.
it's a good airport.
Okay.
For those of you that are driving, we prefer the Tecate crossing over the TJ crossing.
Right. Well, I like the Tecate crossing coming back because it's generally less crowded than, the ones going directly into downtown San Diego. Yeah, I agree. I like Tecate going back.
Okay.
there you
Thank
go.
you very much.
Edward posted a couple of the names of those restaurants. Deckman's is you might want to make a reservation at some of these places before you go. But do your homework. You'll see where to go. There's lots of reviews, lots online about how many of these wonderful places there are, and all of these wineries have websites, and they'll help you make reservations and give you some guidance. All right, we've got one more wine, and I'm hoping that we still have Diana Roca still with us. Diana, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm sorry. Thank you very much for waiting for us. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I think we actually met one time in Beverly Hills. Is that possible?
Yeah, that's possible. I was there for many times
Yeah.
doing tastings for sure.
Yeah, we did some tastings at the Four Seasons Beverly Hills, and I think we met you there.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna say goodbye to Eduardo and welcome you. Thank you for joining us. Tell us your story. How did you come to the wine business? And then we'll talk about this wine.
Perfect. Well, nice to meet you all. My name is Diana Roca. I'm from Torreon, Mexico, which is in the north. But well, we're on the other side because we've been seeing wines from Baja. And there's another wine region that's called Valle de Parras instead of Valley of Guadalupe, Valley of Parras. Parras means vines in Spanish. We're very close to Monterrey, the city, which is only 2 hours south from Laredo, Texas. So as you can see, we're on the other side, closer to the Gulf of Mexico or of America, whatever you want to call it. And my story, I'm a musician. I'm from Torreon, as I said, I'm very close to the wine region of Parras. I've always had great wines all my life because, well, since I could drink, because I'm from that region. And then I moved to LA to pursue my music career, and I saw there was no Mexican wine in the fine dining scene, mainly. And I kind of I wanted to make it my challenge to bring out good quality wine out to the world, and I focused in the fine dining scene, especially in Beverly Hills. That's where that was my focus. And but I started before the pandemic. Like literally, my first export was one month before March 2020, which is when it started. So I had some placements because I was doing everything by myself, and the placements that I had shut down. Every restaurant shut down, so I kind of kept all the wine in
Tell me
the
about it. Tell me about it. I had the same thing. I had 200 restaurants that had my wine on the list, and a lot of them went away.
Yeah, well, but my thing is that I was barely going to be on the list, so people didn't know about it. So, because they were asking me, why didn't you sell online? It's like, that's for people that are already out there. So I was not anywhere to do that.
Yeah.
So I was just at the storage because I was renting a storage. So it was a rough beginning, and it's been a challenge. But I mean, I'm talking about 2020 right now. There's been a lot of changes since then. I started on my own, and I started learning the business kind of on the go. So I made a lot of mistakes at first, also with the pricing, and the wine wouldn't rotate as much. So I had to come back to Mexico and work on a lot of things, like improve pricing, keep quality, or improve it, because I'm not interested in making table wines. As I said, when I was living in LA, I wanted to bring the best of Mexico, that show that Mexico could make good wine. So yeah, I don't know if you have any questions so far. I'm a musician, winemaker right
Cool.
now. But yeah, it just happened because I was part of a wine club in LA, and I told them I was from a wine region in Mexico, and they even asked me, really, Mexico makes wine? So that kind of already that also hit me. So I like challenges, and I was like, yeah, we do make wine, and it's actually good. So I started doing some blind tastings because I noticed that people had a perception just by saying it was from Mexico. So when I did blind tastings with, I remember one I did with Insignia 2010. I remember my friend, that he's a wine collector, and he said, I just bought this at an auction for $1,000, and then we're gonna have this dinner with my friends, and then he covered the two bottles with the, how do you call the paper,
Yeah.
yeah. And I remember that experience very much, because my wine was $50 and his wine was 1,000 that he just got, and I won the contest, but it was because the bottles were covered, and
Yeah.
people were guessing all kind of things, like it was from here or there, but they would never say Mexico, of course. So yeah, that's how I started.
So I got a question for you. So the other wines we had so far are Valle de Guadalupe wines, and this is from a different region. How do you describe some of the major differences, climatic soil between the regions?
Well, we have We have warm days, cool nights. We're also high elevation. I'm not sure about Valle de Guadalupe elevation, but we have 6,000 feet above sea level around. So we're very high. We can also make Pinots if we go a little higher from Valle, maybe like a couple of miles. It gets a little cooler, and that's a region where some wineries make Pinot Noirs. So I would say the height, I would say the soil is very different just because Baja's closer to the ocean. We're not close to the ocean. So I'm trying to remember the name in English for the soil. It's the same from Saint Emilion. Someone knows that?
A little clay, little
Clay.
blue clay.
Yeah, I just yeah, Saint Emilion soil. We grow a lot of Cabernet Franc.
You're also at 5,000 feet in elevation.
5,500, something around that. Yeah,
That's pretty impressive.
that's high. Yes, so that would be one of the differences I would say. Because yeah, Valle Guadalupe, if someone knows, but it's sea level, I would say.
Yeah, so
Or
you've got a number of hurdles that you have obviously climbed over. You've got high elevation. You've got a area. Are there a lot of wineries in Valle de Paris?
not compared to Valle de Guadalupe, I would say there are like big ones. Because actually, I want to say that there are like 5 or 6 that are very modern
Right.
and very very like you would think you're in like Four Seasons in New York, like even that, like very very modern. And I would say the big ones would be around 6, and there are up and coming another like 10, but it's not compared at all with Valle de Guadalupe. There's like over 200, if I'm right. So that's
The
very
picture we're looking at, Diane, is this the Shay where your barrels are aging?
the wine that you're tasting. Yes, this was a render. This is a render because this presentation is from a long time ago before the winery was actually made, but it looks the same. It's just a render. Yes.
Okay, I got you. And this one
they're,
too.
they're, they're actually renders, as you can see. Yeah, but that's how it looks. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Because
Oh,
I think you got it
beautiful.
from before it was built, actually. Yeah.
Okay, here's a picture of the bottle. The wine that we're having tonight is a blend of Syrah Tempranillo. I'm just checking the numbers. This one actually says 50 Syrah, 20 Tempranillo, and 30 Cabernet. I'm tasting the 2022, so I apologize if my notes are just a little bit off there. But uh, this is gorgeous stuff. Really, you can tell it's aspiring to be very, critically acclaimed. It's got great color, great texture, great weight. And
Ian, do you mind repeating that blend again?
sure,
That
no problem.
differs from
50 Syrah,
uh-huh.
20 Tempranillo, and
Okay.
30 Cabernet Sauvignon.
Thank you.
We're in the 2022 vintage. Yes, the same. And I want to make sure maybe my website is off on that too. So I want to make sure. Yeah, it does look like it is. So I'll fix that after this. But when I tasted this wine, I was like, wow, this is serious. This is like really making a different type of mark. There's wineries that are making things that are fresh and price conscious, and then there's wines that are trying to be leaders. And I think this is a beautiful expression, obviously very connected to yourself and your ethos and what you believe and how you want to be represented. That's the way I made my wine too. I wanted it to be better, and I
Yeah.
wanted it to lift up the category. You know,
Right.
this wine has that kind of effort behind it. And even the packaging, the bottle is beautiful, very high tier, high touch. And I think it's a fantastic ambassador. And I would love to take this out to a fantastic meal, taste it up against around $10,000 bottles of wine, and and
That was fun.
and come out on head because this is the kind of wine that could do that. I think and this is hard not to like. It truly
Yeah,
is.
I would say this is, I like to place wines to personalities. So I would say this is the friendly guy that anyone can like. Yeah, so I try to do that when I do wine tastings or staff trainings with the staff from a restaurant, because right now we're only tasting this wine, which is this red blend, but I have a 100% Cab Franc. I'm starting with barely with a white, a rosé, and a Malbec actually, so other reds. But when I compare it, like the different ones, you're not tasting them right now, but this is, I would say this is the friendly guy. My Cabernet Franc is, personality wise, I would say he's the guy that it's harder to understand, but once you get it, you start liking it. So he has a more complex personality. And we try to do this friendly, so any girl or any connoisseur or whatever could drink it, and just with meals, without meals. I think it's a friendly wine that anyone, doesn't matter if you drink or not, you can like, because there are some wines that are very heavy for beginners and they would be like, this is not a good start for them. So that's how I like to present it when I introduce it, as a friendly wine, basically.
Do you in your professional career, what what would you describe the type of music that you make?
Oh, I've been changing, but I would say pop right now. I would say pop. Yeah.
Are you on
Oh,
Spotify?
that's, I'm on Spotify, yeah, but I only have 3 songs and they're very old. So I'm more on YouTube, some videos. You can find my name, Diana Roca, YouTube. You can watch some videos. And I have a lot of songs on SoundCloud, but not on Spotify, because I stopped that career when I started more into the wine. My dream is to bring them together. I believe that there's a way for that, because wine and music go well together. So sometimes in Mexico, they've invited me, and then I sing and they drink my wine, and I do the, like, kind of like the some tasting. I explain the wine. Some, it's like a combo. So I'm trying to see how that goes together. But right now, I'm more focused in the wine, because you cannot do everything at once. I've learned.
It's hard. It's hard for sure. Yeah, me.
Yeah, I've had a lot of changes, but it's been a tough road. I'm not gonna say it's been easy, because what I've been trying to do is also different. I've been like focusing on outside of Mexico. I'm not even focused in Mexico because of how I started. So I was just in Belgium, London, trying like the high end. And it's really hard, because first of all, they don't even consider Mexico in the map for wines, especially in, what I'm saying, like New York. Or
Well, that
I
the, the high end might even be a little bit more willing to try your wine because they have, they like to find stuff that others haven't already told them they need to like.
Yeah, but this past years I've been working on improving my costs and everything. So I'm coming out again with all the portfolio, the new portfolio.
I
And
gotta
my
say,
quality has to be the same or better. So I was able to work on that, so to be more competitive and more for everyone out there, and just to like, so they could drink it every day at their home, because it was not that kind of wine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you've put something beautiful in the bottle. And how do I pronounce it correctly? Anclados?
Anclados, that's right. It means hooked,
Hooked.
hooked or
And
anchored.
that's why there's a little almost like heart-shaped
Like,
anchor.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I said, I'm a musician, so I made the logo. I'm an artist, so I kind of wanted to relate the logo to love, and there my initials are there, so you can see the DR kind of on the side of the heart. And I believe that when you take care of something, it lasts, and you need care, patience, and hard work for it to last. So I like to relate wine to love, because when you take care of the vines, and so it's very like poetic for me. It's an art just as music. So that's why the heart. I relate it to the love of winemaking, and the love for wine and the wine of love, basically.
Awesome. Well, wonderful to spend a minute with you here tonight. Thank you for being patient with us. Your wine is beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm going to do more to try to get this wine into some people's mouths because I think it's fun to surprise people, and
Yeah.
it's a pleasant surprise. And maybe you guys want to take something special from tonight for dinner. You got the holidays coming up. These are great gifts because these are not things that you're going to be able to get somebody's not going to find this in a grocery store. None of these wines. They really are truly fun items to give people. And now that you've tasted them, you have your own opinion, and that's great. Peter, please.
Thank you.
So it's Sydney Peter who
Congratulations, Diana.
Oh,
Thank
Sydney.
you.
I'm
Thank you
drinking,
all.
I'm drinking the wine now. It's some of the best wine I've ever had.
Thank you so much.
And personality is reflected in the wine.
Thank you
Your,
so much.
your emotion is reflected in the wine. And Ian, I just want to say to you, thank you for hosting tonight. I know we aren't done yet,
Well, we
but
kind of are.
I got to tell you, mate,
You aren't done yet. You've got some fun bottle. You've got the bottle kit tonight, so you guys are just getting started.
just one thing.
So maybe Ian, when you get the whole portfolio from Anclados, we can do another one and then plan a
Yeah,
trip to this side of the valley because it's a
you've got the
different valley.
sales thing down, Diana. That's a good, good, good.
Yeah, and it's here you would fly into Monterrey. It's kind of far. It's closer to the Texans, but anyways.
Do that. We come see you too. That would be fun.
We'll make a concert and drink wine.
Sounds
Ian, what I'm going is the problem we're challenged with, and I mean this at a 60,000 feet level, these are magnificent wines that Diane presented today and the other winemakers. Temecula's got nothing on these wines.
Oh no. Yeah.
Nothing on these wines.
I would tell an audience full of Temecula wineries that. Yeah, no, these are superior wines for sure, and they have lots of personality, you know. And I think no matter how much you paid for any of these bottles tonight, they really speak of an area that has a really unique place, but also the people that are there. You'll love visiting this area, and you meet this. They have a spirit and a unbreakable spirit too, because there's been some tough things that we've all had to deal with in this wine industry as a grape grower, as a person who's making their product from Mother Earth. That it isn't always the same path. It isn't easy to predict, and we're doing in headwinds when we make wine of costs and fees and labor and challenges that are really difficult. It's like a moving needle all the time, and you're sitting there with Peter, and he probably has an even more interesting story because he is a biodynamic grower, and his needle was probably moving even harder and faster.
I mean, absolutely, and like you mentioned, we've been down to Guadalupe twice this year, and we went to Guanajuato in February as well, a new totally up and coming wine growing region. And I remember you mentioned like El Cheto. Remember tasting that 20 years ago? It was like $2 a bottle, and it was kind of okay. But to see where Mexico has gone wine wise in their production, in their technologies, in their expertise. They just built a new university down in Guadalupe for viticulture, enology, and gastronomy that opened up a couple of years ago. It is amazing. It's mind-blowing. So again, for everybody that's on this that haven't been down there, go, go, go.
Well, we thank you all for participating tonight. Diana, anything further you want to say?
Well, I hope to meet you all and hope to make more of these calls. It's my first time in one of these. I think it's a great idea. Hopefully, I just wish I was drinking with you. but I don't have a bottle right now.
Where in the world are you right now?
So right now I'm in Mexico City, and
Uh-huh.
as I just want to come say what the other person was saying about visiting these vineyards. I'm not from Mexico City. I'm from the north, but every time I'm in Mexico City, it surprises me more because it gets better and better. The food, the restaurant scene. I'm in Roma Norte right now, and me as a Mexican, I'm like, wow, what is this? This is so beautiful, and
Awesome.
so I would recommend coming to Mexico City as well.
You've
And
got a
yeah.
great, your female president is really impressing us in America too.
No, she's not impressing me though.
Oh, she's
What do you
not.
mean? We don't like her. What do you mean? No.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
That's a
no.
different story. That's a different story.
All right. Well, see, we don't get to hear that story. So
No, because those kind of talks always get people into problems, and they're
yes.
unnecessary. Yeah.
Well, it
Better
is.
than here.
Yeah, no.
We all got troubles. We all got troubles. But wine brings us together, and we
Yes.
thank you all
Exactly.
for joining us tonight. It's always great to taste good wine with good people, and thank you guys all for doing this. Diane, I'll say good night and remove the spotlight. But if there's anybody who wants to chat or say anything to her, we got just a moment more. I just want to share one more thing, if I could. We've got some fun things happening in the future. I shared the Zoom schedule, but coming up soon, I'm taking a group to Napa Valley, and that is a special weekend. We're going to also feature dinner at the French Laundry. We've got some amazing high touch appointments. My trip to Oregon, I cannot tell you how much I've enjoyed putting this little trip together. If you'll check that out, if you've never been to Portland, it is such a colorful place. And I love taking people there. They're always surprised. It's a never ending uh, giving story there. It is such a fun place. The quality's great. The weather's amazing. The people are great. The food in Oregon and Portland is special. And then we head about a half hour outside of Portland and we start tasting wines. And the appointments we got are exactly what you would want to do in wine country there. We got a trip coming up to Sardinia. We got a trip to Champagne and London. We're going from Paris to Champagne, London to Kent. That's a trip dedicated to bubbles, and that's in October. And then we're going to New Zealand in November, and we're just in awe of how much there is to do in New Zealand. It's going to be a super journey, and we are taking it very seriously. We're going to see a lot of New Zealand, and so that's one of the pleasures of my job is to be able to travel to meet the producers we do business with. Some of the producers I haven't met yet. Some producers we know very well, but we travel for great wine and we have amazing people come with us. We only take about 10 people. So it's a really fun way to get to know some really wonderful people, whether we all have wine in common, and that makes the trip a lot of fun. As it was fun tonight to have you all on board. Thank you very much for your support.
Hey,
And
Ian, real quick, can
yeah,
we buy some of these wines?
absolutely, you could buy some of these wines. They're all available on the website. We got as much as you can buy, and if you run out of something, let me know. I'll get more. We got Gil, our vendor, was on the Zoom earlier. He's the importer. He can get these wines for us. It's an amazing. Gil works so hard. He literally has a warehouse and he picks these wines up and delivers them to me. And that's how this business is going to grow because of people like him. He's a fantastic connector, and people really want to do business with Gil. So I thank you, Gil, for all that you've done for us and continue to do. I think Gil's probably driving up the 405 by this point, but we sounds
Yeah,
like you are.
yes, that's correct. We're here passing up Slouse and getting close to home. But thank you for the kind words. And
You
we
got it,
got
buddy.
plenty of wine in the storage.
Yes, we got plenty of wine. So if you need anything, let us know. Okay, we'll get it for you. Use your discount code and gift. These are great presents. And think of us for anything else. We deliver on Tuesdays and Fridays for free. Don't forget. And those that are outside of LA, it's $20 every box. And you can't find anybody else that will ship it for $20. We are crazy. We will do it. We thank you all. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.